All right, so I am going to be tarping this roof for the second time, and not me personally, but somebody else already tarped it, and now I got to come back because it is still leaking, unfortunately, for this homeowner. The area is not very big, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut a piece. You definitely don't have to use a razor blade. A lot of the times these magnetic hatchets, mine's been worn off, but they do come with razor blades. You can actually slide down, makes it all convenient to have an all-in-one tool. But I got a razor blade, so that's what I'm going to be using. So the area that I'm going to be tarping that was overlooked is right here. As you can see, exposed felt paper. So what I'm going to want to do, number one, double check my piece, make sure it's going to cover that whole area. Perfect. It's got to be long enough to where it can tuck under the next shingle as well to make a nice water shedding capability there. So just carry a putty knife to break any shingles. Make sure that's nice and loose without tearing it up any worse than it already is. Just gonna slide this guy right under here. Start by nailing my corners. Always make sure it's nice and tight. Whenever you're tarping a hip as well, you always want to try and hit the corners. Obviously there's no corner here, but I'm going to hit this right here. That way this shingle will seal back down without having to use sealant. And then again, finish on my four corners. Nice and tight. Critical component is making it nice and tight. That way the wet water will just shed right off of it. No need to get excessive with the nails, really just enough to hold it down. Fortunately, it's a lot of small ones on this roof. It looks like somebody did the majority of the work for me already. Over it. But just a little run through, just some basic concepts you really want to know when you're going to tarp. Especially like this as well. This is done correctly to where they ran this underneath these and then drove the shingles down on top. That way it's able to continue to shed water. So this is something you never want to see when doing a tarp job. They came out here and used paper felt to try and cover up paper felt, and as you can see, it did not last. Granted, this has probably been on here for a couple months. Even regular felt's not supposed to last more than about 3 months with UV exposure. But as you can see, this is just completely shredded, and now she's getting more water inside her home. So we're gonna take care of this one and bring the tarp over the ridge and get her all buttoned up and watertight until we can put that new roof on.